growth. How does Moscow maintain its quality of life if we don't grow, or is growth always a good and necessary thing? So I'm going to put those two together. So how does Moscow maintain its quality of life if we don't grow, but is growth always a good and necessary thing for our community?
Oh, yeah, the last part was, is growth a good?
Is it always a good necessary thing, but how can we maintain our quality of life if we don't grow?
That's a good question. I think that we have room to grow. I think we have room to expand our population. I think I'm going to harp back to the retiree idea and just talk about attracting more people to town that fit in, that are attracted to this place because of the quality of life that we have, and that would add to that. I think that we're known as a college town. I think that we could benefit a lot by having folks that are newly retired in our population and have a more rich experience as a community. So I think we need to grow. I think we need to grow some.
Okay, Art, goes to your left.
Here we are again with that slippery definition of what is growth. I think that if Moscow doesn't grow, our way of life gradually erodes. There's a lot of small towns in the Midwest that have not grown and have stayed level, and as they stay level, the population gradually ages. No more new people stay around because there aren't enough jobs to support them. And gradually, the city wanes and falls into disuse, and the way of life goes the way of the Dust Bowl. So we do need to grow, but again, growth doesn't necessarily imply bricks and mortar. There's a lot of ways to grow, a lot of ways to support ourselves, and a lot of ways to maintain our quality of life. Working to put in bike trails to the extent possible in town to separate pedestrians and bikes from motorized vehicles is one. Take advantage of our stream beds to put bike trails along those. Encourage people to look at other ways of living life, more public transit, expand what we have now, so that we can maintain our quality of life and support growth at the same time.
Thank you. Bill?
Absolutely, we need growth. We need growth to sustaining the infrastructure, to build the infrastructure, and it goes on with the services and all the other things that we have here in the city. If you don't have growth, you lose those services, and our quality of life will in fact go down. Another town, you want to take a big example of that? Look at Detroit, Michigan. There's a great example of a huge town that's got problems, and they're going to be problematic for decades to come. In Moscow, we have a tendency to be a little bit on the complacent side because we have a very nice community. And we do need to be a little more urgent about what we do. The recent study that came out, our economic analysis, suggested this. And this isn't the first time we heard about it. There was two nice articles written in 2006 by the same person that kind of tipped us off on this. The tipping edge of Moscow's growth. And it's something we really need to pay attention. So it's been around for a while and we've talked about it. We just haven't really acted on it.
Thank you. Nancy?
Well, part of the reason Moscow's managed this last national recession as well as it did is because we didn't have the booms and busts in our growth here. It's been slow and steady over many years, about 1 to 2% a year in population growth, and I think we can continue to do that. I do think the type of growth matters. If we have overgrowth in one sector and say we just attract a bunch of minimum wage jobs with a lot of reliance on social services, we all lose. So looking for balance in the economic development prospects, but we really are highly regarded. I'm often invited to speak at state and national meetings about the examples that Moscow is setting for livability quotients which attract this new innovative workforce of tomorrow. We are cutting edge. We have a grand opportunity to do this in the right way, especially with this mixed-use development in Legacy Crossing. Looking forward to those possibilities.
Thank you. Mike, down to John, please.
Thank you, Walter, and the rest of you for passing the microphone down. You all have got home budgets, and every year it seems as though it costs more to run a house, more to run an apartment, more to run a business. And that money has to come from somewhere. The city is no different. we are going to either have to reduce the amount of services, charge more for the amount of services, raise taxes, or grow. And if we grow, we can spread that out. We're probably still going to have to raise taxes on an occasional basis, but I think that Moscow needs to grow simply in order to remain viable and to remain able to provide for its citizen the things that we are even providing, that we are providing now, and hopefully to increase some services in the future.
Thank you. We do need to grow. You can look at the lumber towns in Idaho, where lumber has gone down, or mining towns, where mining has receded. You can see what's happened to those communities. When you ride by the sign for Florence, it says it used to have, somebody tell me the number on the sign, 12,000, 20,000 people at some point or other. When the people went away, the town dried up, now it's not even a town. We have others that are still towns, a few people live there, but they can't get a sidewalk on a half a block, much less on a whole street. The one thing that we haven't mentioned is students. Students, I'm told, are worth $50,000 a year to the city of Moscow in terms of the dollars they generate. Not that they spend, but the dollars that are turned over in this community. So Mary and I, as I said, are doing our part. We're up to $100,000 so far. We're lining up the other 10 kids that are still going to college and trying to get them here.
Thank you, and Walter, it's your turn to go first for the next question. More on growth, and we'll